Rossi once said, "There is something about motorcycles which is beyond logic." I have been riding my motorcycle for about 7 years now. And all this time, I've never tried finding a logic behind this obsession of mine. Whenever people ask, "What's so special about riding? Why are you so obsessed about it?" I've been telling them, it's just something I feel inside. Well, enough of this. There's no logic. It's just something you feel inside explanation. Here's my take on why I feel what I feel and why is it so special. From the very first generation of Homo sapiens, we humans have always been nomadic at heart. We were born with this entire Mother Earth as our home. There was no specific place where we'd stay all our lives. And the hunger to see more, explore more, and experience more is what gave our ancestors the very basic inspiration to live. But somewhere down the ages, with the advent of colonization and technology, this ancestral instinct of ours was forced deep down the oblivion. Whenever we travel around, that ancient instinct sleeping deep down within us tries to wake up. And that instinct is so close to our soul, it can actually make it move. And all it wants is to see new places, explore new landscapes, and experience new adventures. With little regards to our own safety. In fact, it feeds on threats, risks, and adventures. So more dangerous the voyage, more satisfied that instinct of ours, and hence happier our souls. Man did create ways and means to travel around, and I have tried all of them. But somehow, that ancestral instinct deep down within me was still half asleep. Unless one day I traveled on a two-wheels marvel created by man, which turned out to be the perfect way to satisfy that ancestral instinct of mine. We call it motorcycles. Whenever we travel through the changing landscapes and changing weathers, riding on a motorcycle, we witness the amazing creativity of Mother Nature by being a part of the change itself, by being as vulnerable to every threats of Mother Nature as every other forms of life. Not watching through a window, protected and guarded against a very little price that Mother Nature asks in return. So for me, riding around in a motorcycle has proved to be the perfect way to satisfy that ancient instinct of ours. A lot of people misunderstand the meaning of biking or misunderstand the whole essence of why we ride. Well, I was no exception. When I started riding, it was all about speed. I was addicted to the excitement and adrenaline rush that riding fast gave me. And this wrong prerequisite made me start my riding days on an entirely wrong note. It made me an irresponsible rider. And like every other young, energetic biker, I too was proud of my rash riding. Well, I did pay the price that comes along with it. It was only after I did the Ladakh trip in June 2011 that I realized the real joy of riding. It was the first time when I felt my soul being moved. The happiness I felt while riding through those landscapes was absolutely mind-blowing. That was also the first time I felt that ancestral instinct in me awake fully and thanking me with all its gratitude. I have not looked back since then, and riding a bike became a passion to me. And like every other passion, you do have to make certain sacrifices. Because riding a motorcycle is not all rainbows and sunshines. It does come with its own share of ups and downs. But I intend to keep that instinct alive in me and fully satisfied to the best of my capabilities till the day I bid adieu to this world. Because whenever I'm riding on my motorcycle, my soul experiences a joy so pure that every other achievement in life seems little in comparison. So for me, that's the logic to the joy of riding. And besides, it makes me look cool, doesn't it? So guys, find your own logic to the joy of riding and ride safe.